Welcome and good morning. Good morning to everyone. I'm so excited to have you here on the Bridge Art Galleries Bridge Art Exchange, February 14th, Valentine's Day, virtual edition. So, good morning, Paige. Good morning, Max Sketches. Welcome, 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 everyone. Good morning, Miss Crystal. Um, and Miss Crystal, I'm going to put a note in the chat because you're one of our presenters. And so I need you to actually our um, log into the presenters StreamYard. So hopefully, Miss Crystal, you can see that see that link that you're supposed to um, hit in the chat. So yes, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Paige. Good morning, Jacqueline. You also have the same link, Jacqueline, so that you can log into our presenter platform. So make sure that you use that particular link so that you can actually present and we can see your face along with the artwork that you shared. Again, this is the virtual version of the Bridge Art Exchange. This is a platform that we've been doing. The Bridge Art Gallery is celebrating 10 years of existence. Let me just start there. So 10 years of the Bridge Art Gallery. And good morning, to everyone. We're celebrating 10 years of the Bridge Art Exchange, and for over the last 10 years, we have hosted in our gallery space this art exchange. And the purpose of the art exchange is so that artists oftentimes, when beyond art school and beyond art classes, really don't have an opportunity to be creative together. And we found that whenever we hosted an art exhibit, artists were always coming out to support other artists. And so we wanted to provide a platform where artists could actually have that creative exchange together. So we started doing the Bridge Art Exchange in our gallery, in our first gallery location in New Jersey. And this is where an artist can bring in either a recently completed piece of artwork or a piece of artwork in progress. They have 5 minutes to present on technique, materials, and inspiration, and then also 5 minutes of Q&A from the other participants. And again, this is an opportunity for artists to be able to be creative together. And we found that artists sometimes would bring in a piece of artwork that was in progress and they were maybe stuck on what to do with a certain area, and they would bring in the piece of artwork and share it with the other artists and have the other creative eyes on the artwork and being able to provide other kind of suggestions on what they could possibly do and just sparking that other level of creative exchange. So this is the reason why we started the Bridge Art Exchange, and we're doing it virtually this month because it's Love Month and we love art. We're doing it virtually because we're expanding the Bridge Art community. We have 2 gallery locations, one in Jersey City, New Jersey, and one in Wilmington, Delaware. But there are artists that are beyond, our ability to kind of come into the gallery space. So we wanted to open this up, and we're expanding the art community for the Bridge Art Gallery because our desire in 2026 is to really be focused on artist development, not just the artists that are in close proximity to the art gallery, but also artists beyond kind of the driving distance of the Bridge Art Gallery. So we're going to be doing a lot more with professional development activities, and we're going to go back next month to our in-person Bridge Art Exchange, but we're also going to do more of the virtual exchanges. So we're going to bring up a veteran of the Bridge Art Exchange, and that's going to be Miss Crystal. And I just want to remind Jim, who's also one of our presenters. Jim, um, in the um, in the comments section, I provided the link that you should use to log into the presenters platform. So in order, just so that all of the artists are prepared, we're going to have Miss Crystal first, and then we're going to have a newcomer, Jackie, who's going to join us as a presenter. So let's welcome Miss Crystal first. Good morning, Miss Crystal.
Good morning, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous, and happy Valentine's Day to you, Miss Crystal.
Oh, thank you, love. The same to you and yours. Yes.
So I want to let everyone know that Miss Crystal attends our Bridge Art Exchange in our Wilmington, Delaware gallery location. Miss Crystal is an artist as well as a poet, and she is a loyal attendee to the Bridge Art Exchange since we opened and started doing activities in Delaware. So, Miss Crystal, I'll take it over to you to present your work.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Those that I cannot see, just know that it's me, Crystal Baynard Norman. Um, and this piece that I designed, oh, I'm very proud of this piece too, Cheryl, by the way. It's going to be going to Wilma's in town up on 900 Market Street. It's a part of the humanity theme that's going to be going on there for the Art Loop reception March the 6th, I think it is. And I'm just really excited about that. So I'm an artist that loves to work in acrylics. That is my main medium. And also, I've learned how to blend it with Sharpie markers. So that's what's blended in there, doing some of the highlights on the details. Now, the title of this piece is Getting Justice, Knowing Peace, that once we get our justice, as you see the raised fist, then we can have peace within ourselves. We can feel settled like things have changed. And that's why you see on the opposite side of them, the little people had the peace sign up. That's how that came about. And so I used the dark blue, which I love that metallic background, to highlight them so that it shows them in the forefront and it in the background. And I just had fun with it, stylizing it, doing different things to the hair with the dot pattern. I used Q-tips on some I used paintbrush, but I was just feeling it that day. So that's how that piece came about. And I'm open now for any questions that you may have.
Oh, fantastic, Miss Crystal. I love this piece. I love the sense of community. We do have a comment from Paige. Paige says, yeah, it looks great in Wilma's space. Can't wait to see it. Thank you, Paige.
Oh, thank you.
So, Ms. Crystal, I think it's a little bit different than some of the other pieces that I've seen by you, um, and I love the silent energy of this particular piece.
Thank you. And I will say this, Cheryl, since you've been gone, my style has, I don't know, it's either evolving or it's definitely changing because the other piece that I did, it's called My Heart Bleeds for You. Oh my God. I even used a potato masher to do certain things on the background. So Irina, I'm going to give the credit to her because she's throwing me in more and more shows, so I gotta up my game because of the people that I'm with. You know what I mean? So I think that's what's going on here, Cheryl.
And I love that. And, we often say that art is a muscle, that, you got to exercise it, it gets stronger, you're, and it starts, morphing in that. And I love the fact that as an artist, you're evolving through additional exposure. And that's what the overall process is all about. is just, growing and learning. And this is really one of the reasons why we do the Bridge Art Exchange, because sometimes you may see something that someone else is doing and it inspires your individual practice. Paige would also like to know your Instagram or website so she can see more of your work.
Absolutely. You can find me on www.the TheRealitize, therealities.com.
And
And
your
then
Instagram?
yes, on Instagram it's separating realities, REALITIES, the regular way. And I'm on Facebook underneath my long name, Crystal Baynard Norman. And if you go on today, you'll get to view my I'll have an animation that's taking over, Cheryl. Her name is Poetry Baby, and
Mhm.
her birthday is today, so she turned 5, and I am her voice. And I'm telling you, I'm looking for kids. If I ain't got more adults loving this little girl, oh my God. And giving comments and stuff. If you go on my page today, you'll see all the shenanigans.
Okay. And Paige also commented that a potato masher, so creative.
Thank you. It was the one you get from Page. Go right on down there to the dollar store, honey. That round one, it was that one. Oh my God. And when you stamp it in your acrylic and then you stamp it on your canvas, it's phenomenal.
And Jackie says that she loves the blue background.
Oh, thank you. That's that metallic. You get the acrylic metallic set, has the golds, has the silver and the white. Woo! Yeah, it's real nice.
And
Thank
I
you.
don't want to forget Jim's comment. He said, very cool. He likes all of your techniques.
Oh, my buddy Jim. Tell him I'm glad we back together again. Jim Euling. Yes.
Yes. And Jackie also commented it's so evenly distributed.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Miss Crystal, for being our first presenter.
You're welcome. I
And
get to hang out and see everything else, right?
yes, you do,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay.
And you can definitely comment. So I'm going to remove you.
Okay.
Um, and again, this was uh, Miss Crystal, as we lovingly call her. She is a veteran of our Bridge Art Exchange, and we love seeing how Miss Crystal's art practice has grown and expanded. And Miss Crystal also is an amazing poet. Oftentimes, she didn't do it today, but hopefully on the next virtual one, Miss Crystal often has a poem that she shares alongside her artwork. So our next presenter is actually going to be Jackie. Jackie, when you turn on your camera, let's welcome you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for allowing me to present early. I already have my uniform on. I have to go work today, so this is
Oh,
exciting to be here.
welcome. So, Jackie, you're new to the Bridge Art community. Tell us a little bit about you, where you're based, and the materials that you use.
Sure. I'm in Kansas City. I lived in Denver, Colorado, kind of near the Golden area for about 7 years, and I really wanted to explore how art can help people with trauma. And so I wrote a book of poetry and illustrated it and self-published it. And so my work is always kind of circulating around how art can be therapeutic to people.
Oh, that's wonderful. I would definitely recommend that you and Miss Crystal connect with one another.
Yeah, right on, for sure.
So, this is stunning, Jackie. This is your artwork. So, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I started a pastel community in school, and that's how you and I connected. Um, and basically, I'm trying to encourage people to play around with pastels. Don't worry about the outcome. Everyone is so worried about the outcome, and it's not the outcome that matters. It's the process of actually doing the art. And this is pastel paper, and I use my Prismacolor pastel sticks. And I tend to do several layers, and it's always on toned paper. I cannot stand a white background. I like the lights to pop. So I kept working this and working it, blending the background, again, trying to push the background back so my object would come forward. And then at the end, I kind of outline it with white charcoal pencil and black Conte pencils. So yeah, I do that. Basically, I've kind of named my new art style post traumatic expressionism. So it's like it's the cathartic way of getting those raw emotions out, putting it on paper, and just showing up.
This
Thank you.
is absolutely stunning, and the viewing audience finds it stunning also. Paige says, "Love this, very calming."
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
and Miss Crystal said, "Wow, this is beautiful. The highlights are great."
Thank you so much.
And then
Yeah.
also, what a concept. And I have to agree with Paige, the concept of using art as a form of therapy, for others. And this is very calming. We often, say at the Bridge Art Gallery that, artists are the bravest people on the planet because they put all of their heart and emotions and feelings into creating their artwork, and then they put it up for public display and feedback. And that's a level of bravery that I think most people don't understand. Um, the depths of revealing oneself, and how you're using art as a way for people to address trauma.
Yes.
um, During the pandemic, when I was watching the news and kind of going crazy, my husband started, he's an artist, he started sketching on his iPad. And I realized, seeing him do that, it was actually his way of meditation, the way that he was able to dial down the noise of what was going on in the world and just use his art as a refuge.
Absolutely. And I'm sure people have noticed it's getting even noisier out there. And what, the doom scrolling and listening to all the noise out there, what it does to our nervous system is it's tragic. And that's why I'm trying to help people connect with their hand with the paper or the paintbrush with the canvas, whatever your medium is, keep doing it because, well, I get real neuroscience and brain focused on it. But just the act, and I love that you use the word brave. Just the act of creation takes you away from that hijacked mentality of fear and worry and anger. It's just not right. So it's like it's our way of saying no, I'm not going to be part of the system. You're not going to hijack my emotions today. I'm going to be a creator. And I talk more about the neuroscience and the healing effects of art on it's a brand new YouTube channel. I don't have many subscribers, and that's okay. I feel like the right audience is going to find me.
So, what is your YouTube channel? Because there are uh, 8 people watching. So, those are new potential subscribers.
Right on. Yeah, I actually had it open because I was looking at views of a recent channel, so I can copy the link and paste it in the chat. Would that be okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. This is all about sharing and community. And so while you're doing that, I want to provide some additional comments. Paige said, totally agree. I'm not an artist, but art is my happy place.
Right.
And Miss Crystal said, absolutely, art is my therapy too.
Yes. Yeah. So oh, thank you, Paige. Yeah, I put it in the chat. Um, and again, I'm not comfortable being on camera. That it's not my thing, but it almost feels like a mission to help people regain their nervous system. And the whole AI thing, that's another whole thing. It's like, I love human art. I want to see what people are doing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's a way of just taking our power back.
Absolutely. And your artwork, as well as your mission to provide a healing place and a soothing place, we're, very much, in line with that. We want that's one of the reasons why community is so important to my husband and I. That not only is it bringing like-minded creatives together, but it's also providing a space and a platform for people to feel seen and heard and comforted by art, because art and the creative landscape, that's the universal language.
Right on. Thank you, Cheryl. I really appreciate this, and I can't wait to see everyone else's work.
Well, thank you so much for joining. Uh, and let's see, uh, Chris, Max Sketches is my husband. He said, can we put the links in the descriptions? Yes, we'll put, this is on YouTube. So what we'll do is, once this is over, Jackie, we'll edit the description and put your link to your website.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. And I am a little bit of a rebel, so I don't know. I kind of fight against the system. So just be forewarned.
Well, Paige is already a subscriber, and she said your channel looks awesome, Jackie.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Jackie, for joining. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, that is amazing art by Jackie. So our next presenter, Mr. Hernandez, if you can turn on your camera. This is another person that is new to the Bridge Art Gallery community. Good morning, good morning. Oh,
Can you hear
there you
me?
go. Yes.
Okay. Hello, my name is Karan Hernandez. I usually go by Q. Um, is my camera working?
Yes,
Okay.
your camera is working. I think you may have two devices open at the same time, so you need to mute the other one. There's a little bit of that.
Echo. Okay. Um, I think it's because I have it playing out loud. I may need to put on headphones.
Oh, no, that's fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mute myself. You can tell us a little bit about you, your art practice, where you're located.
Okay. So my name is Q. I am an oil painter. I'm currently a senior at Delaware State University. I am located in Dover, Delaware. This is a painting that I made. It is titled "Get Up, It's Not Over Yet." My general idea was sort of I'm working on like creating work that features like my like current emotions, things that I'm actively experiencing or going through, and so, but I'm also trying to transform those emotions or experiences into like a painting where it's sort of transformed so that it's not so tied to myself and people can understand it, if that makes sense. So in this painting I have versions of myself, and sitting at the center is sort of like present version of me, and he's sitting in front of a door, and the door is closed to sort of symbolize like a barrier or the sense of feeling like stuck or like trapped. um, and then to the left and the right are other versions of myself. So the version, I guess it would be the right, is standing trying to pull up that present version of yourself, and that will be like the future, sort of encouraging you to keep going, because if you stop here, you don't have a future. Versus like the past version of yourself is sitting down, sort of leaning on your shoulder, relating to the struggles or like the things that you've experienced, because it's the past. And so he knows like what you've gone through, how much it took for you to get to this point, and so he can relate to that. So he's sort of like comforting you, saying it's okay to stop where you are. um and then even further to the left is a different version that did sit here, that has been here forever. So it's sort of like fading off, if that makes sense. But yeah, I guess that sort of explains it. I'm wondering, because I know what it's about and I know like what I was trying to communicate. So I'm wondering what other people are getting from it when they see it, sort of.
Yes, so I'm going to add some of the comments, Q. One, this painting, when you sent it over to me, I was just blown away. I love it so much, and the so many layer is so layered with stories and messaging, and it definitely comes across very clear. So let's go to some of the comments. As Crystal said, "Good morning, Sir Q. Hope all is well." Christopher said, "That's Q!" Exclamation point. And Paige says, "Hi, Q." Jackie commented, "Beautiful and powerful." Paige said, "Wow, this piece is fantastic." Jackie, "So much movement." Paige, "So many layers of movement and narrative elements." I agree, absolutely, Paige. Miss Crystal said, "Wow, that concept is awesome," with the okay sign. Battles with self was Paige's additional comment. "Very impactful, was immediately drawn into it." Um, Q, one thing that really um, always comes across with your work is I'm always just mesmerized by the layering of messages and the power, in addition to your amazing artistic techniques. Um, can you tell us a little bit about the materials that you used, and how you started with the process, and how long did it take you to do this work?
Okay. So thank you for all the comments. Materials is an acrylic and oil painting. The process and how long. I'm not entirely sure like what you count as like starting the work. If you're talking about like the idea, like how long that takes to like generate like. So I'm a runner, so I get a lot of these. I'll get a lot of these ideas like while running. And I have a thing where I'll like pin an idea until it feels like fully formed, if that makes sense. And so, but it's always like building and like growing in my mind. So this, I had the idea for it, I want to say like May of last year. And then I was sort of like thinking about it. It grew because originally it was just supposed to be like, it was going to be something about uh like a piece about black men in like their battle with like therapy, sort of.
Mhm.
But then it grew to like, oh, what if I include like multiple figures, and then I sort of like centered one general thing like that I was feeling at the moment. And then I started painting it like October of last year. um and I can work like relatively quick. I do feel like this painting, I procrastinated a lot, so I didn't sort of start like finishing it until maybe like the last 4 weeks, where I had like planned sessions where I'm going to sit and paint this for 2 hours, 3 hours, hour here, hour there. But I've been working on it for maybe like 4 months when it comes to like actually painting. But then I've been like planning it in my mind since I want to say May of last year.
So I do want to bring up a comment made by Jackie. Sometimes we have to comfort that inner child who felt the pain of the past to truly let go. Um, he is arm in arm rather than just pushing forward. Do you feel like this particular painting was very personal, and maybe that's why the process was taking probably maybe a little bit longer than some of your other work?
Definitely. I've been trying to create things that are more meaningful to myself, and I feel like something no one talks about is how hard it is to like sit and look at something that is like meaningful to you. But then also like even after like you've made it and it's there and it's out there, like sort of how you were saying, like it's very brave for artists to create work that is personal and then put it out. It's hard to like keep talking about it and have people like have questions and want to like ask you and like dig into your work when it is so personal. But I definitely feel like a part of the reason why it took longer was because it was not a not the funnest painting to have to like sit in and like think about. And yeah.
Well, not trying to like, really get into all of your personal feelings, but what was the overwhelming feeling you had when the work was completed?
um Sort of like, okay, this is a great question because I finished it, or I guess quote unquote like finished, because there's like tiny things that I want to tweak. But I finished it like 2 or 3 days ago, and it sort of was just like there was no like usually when you finish a painting, there's like, oh, this painting is done, it's finished, I love it so much. This was sort of just like, okay, yeah, that's sort of, it just felt like that's it, like that's okay, it's done. There was no like happy feeling. It was just like, yeah, this is feels about right, I guess.
Do you feel like it helped to kind of package up because it was such a process that it was kind of like, when you like when you have to take like a long car ride, like mentally you're putting yourself through, okay, I got to drive 10 hours. And then, you're putting yourself through the paces and then you get there and you're like, okay, all right, I did that. I did that 10 hours.
Yes, exactly that. Like you get ready to do something, and then you do it, and then once it's done, it's sort of like, oh yeah, I did it. It's done.
So Mr.
Yeah.
Crystal said, such strength shows in you pulling ourselves up. I can almost feel you pulling yourself up, and I know others can relate. This piece spoke to me. Oh my God. And she said, please make prints of this piece before the original goes.
Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna try to.
So, Q, can you tell us if you have any upcoming exhibitions?
I have a graduating exhibition at DSU that's happening in May. We're still like getting together all of the my fellow students who are going to be in it and like trying to create like a plan, but it is happening in like May. I think I want to say the 6th or something. Other than that, that's it. I'm just keeping things open, and I have that coming in May.
We'll make
We'll make
sure
sure
that
that
you
you
let
let
Chris and
Chris
I
and I
know
know
if you want to
when
come
to
out
come
and
out.
support you. One additional comment from Paige. I think the story behind it and the emotions it brings up really resonates with others, and absolutely agree.
Thank you.
Q, give us your Instagram and where people can follow you.
Okay, so my Instagram is Q and the painting. I'm gonna put it in the comments. And then pretty much all social media platforms, it's the same username across.
Okay, well, everyone wants to see more of your work. Thank you so much, Q, for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I want to remind everyone that we have a new community, um, that virtual community that we have on School, and that's SKOOL. And I'll definitely put the link in the chat. And we're going to, in a couple of weeks, start doing weekly drawing challenges. It's also a platform where people can share their work and find out about upcoming art exhibitions. And we'll definitely have curated led conversations and Q&A sessions. As I mentioned before, we're really expanding the Bridge Art Gallery community to make sure that we're reaching a wider audience, not only for what we're doing at the Bridge Art Gallery, but that our artists are also reaching a wider audience and providing a platform to hear about exhibition opportunities, because it's all about sharing the techniques, sharing the materials, but also sharing opportunities so that artists, can continue to grow with their practice. So, and one final comment for you, Q. Great work, great work, and I definitely agree. And Jim said, "I'm sorry I missed the first half of your presentation, Q." That he was having some technical difficulties. Jim, are you in our chat for your presentation? So it's one of our final presenters for this morning. Jim, are you able to join the virtual community? If not, I will show your artwork on the screen if you want to put the title of the artwork. Oh, here's Jim. Let's see. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm fine. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Happy
And
Valentine's Day.
happy Valentine's Day also.
Thank you.
So, Jim, I will hand the stage over to you. Jim is another veteran of our Bridge Art Gallery in-person exchange. Not only is Jim a fantastic artist, but he's cultivating the next generation of artists through his daughter. So, Jim, take it away.
This piece, you guys were talking about the noise when Jackie was presenting. This is kind of all about the noise that's going on. I'm kind of fed up with, the way things are going in the world. And this is kind of, I should have titled this one Wishful Thinking, because it's just Godzilla coming and wrecking DC and throwing a metro car around. I got some other details. There's the presidential helicopter going down in the Capitol building, a wreck, and helicopters flying around. So I'm not hearing.
Yes. So, Jim,
I'm
some of the
hearing.
comments from Paige, she said, "I just moved from DC, so this speaks to me, LOL."
Awesome.
And Jackie says the helicopter is fire.
Awesome.
We do have a question from Q. How big is the piece, Jim?
It's 30 by 40 inches. So,
Oh, fantastic. And Miss Crystal says, "Wow, Jim, this is great."
awesome. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, everybody.
Jim, we often say that, I realize we say a lot of things when Chris and I are like talking, not only amongst ourselves, but also our artist community, that historians will give you the facts of what's happening, but
Yeah.
artists will give you the sentiment of the people and what people are feeling. And that's why the job of the artist is so important right now, to be able to really properly convey the sentiment of the people. And this piece definitely does that. Paige says, "I love the depiction of political art." Absolutely.
Yeah. I usually kind of sometimes. Well, I can't say I usually stay away. Sometimes I stay away from it, but a lot of times in my sketchbooks and stuff, I'll draw political cartoons. And uh, I I didn't know how this one would be received, but I was just feeling it. So
Well, Christopher loves Godzilla, and I can attest that he's a huge Godzilla fan, and he's loving your depiction of Godzilla, and Godzilla as the, is it Chris, the anti-hero
yeah.
of the story here?
uh, He's the hero of the story.
Chris said should have been the smog monster. I don't know what that means, but maybe Jim, you know.
I don't know.
I love this. And again, I just want to stress to our artist community that this is a time where your art practice is really, really important. Your art practice is to also be a representative of your voice in your community and being able to tell stories and how you feel.
Yeah. So I had shown this one. I had a show in Pottstown, PA, and it was up for about a month, and quite a few people commented on it up there. And I'm going to show it again in Westchester next month. So, but
So we do have a question, Jim. Is this a
okay.
part of a series from Paige? She wants to know, is this piece a part of a series?
No, this was just kind of a one-off, but I just I don't know. I had this feeling of rage and just like wanting to see everything smashed, and but I figured it's better than to smash things myself. I just make Godzilla like creating havoc in the Capitol.
So what, again, Jim, what materials did you use for this painting?
This is all acrylic and Posca pens. Um, yeah, just acrylic and Posca.
Okay. So we do have a statement from Q. I would love to see a series of the works like this, like these, with different monsters.
Oh, that sounds cool. I like the idea, Q.
And Paige says also, oh, Q, I love that idea.
Yeah, I love the idea too.
Jim, you're a voice of the people. So when you finished the painting, did you feel less full of rage, or did you feel like you had a place to put that rage?
I felt like I had a place to put that rage.
That goes back to Jackie's comment about art being therapeutic.
Yeah,
Um, Miss Crystal said, "An artist gone wild, great way to release."
great. Yeah, it is a release, and I felt good. Like my heart felt full. Like cool. I got this done, and I'm ready to show it, and I'm happy about it. And I didn't feel so angry.
Yes, and Paige said this would be a great graffiti piece around DC.
Yeah, that would. I
Uh,
agree.
Chris said that's an old school Godzilla.
Yeah, he's the best.
Well, thank you so much, Jim, for sharing.
Thank you for letting me share. This was really great, and I look forward to getting back in person and seeing everyone.
Yes, and I would definitely recommend, Jim, that you take a look at our school community and all of the things that we have coming up this week.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Bye, Carol.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And one more comment for you, Jim. Paige said, great seeing your work, Jim. Let me bring Jim back in. Jim, do you have an Instagram? Paige wants to know, do you have an Instagram?
Yes, it's Sunset Hollow, Sunset and Hollow, HALO.
All
Sunset
right, and
Hollow.
we'll put everyone's YouTube and Instagram information in the description for the YouTube if you want to share it out to your community after the event.
Great. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Miss Crystal, thank you so much for your comments. Thank you to our amazing participating artists today, Miss Crystal, Jackie, Q, and of course, Jim. Thank you to our active commenting community with Paige and Christopher holding down the comments and the commentary and the questions. And this is really what the Bridge Art Exchange is really all about. sharing your artwork, hearing the motivation for each artist on why they created their body of work and how their work is created, the techniques, the materials that they're using, but more importantly, the inspiration. We've had wonderful words of wisdom shared by Jackie and Miss Crystal today. We had examples of Q and Jim showing how they're using their art practice to channel their emotions, and the bravery of all four artists in displaying your artwork and sharing it with our viewing community. We're so very appreciative of everyone. This is going to be an ongoing edition of the virtual exchange that we're going to do. We are going back to our in-person, so if you find yourself in Wilmington, Delaware on the second Saturday of each month, we meet in person. But as I said at the top of the program, that we are expanding the reach of the Bridge Art community. We think that it's really important to provide a platform where artists from around the world can gather and share their artwork and share their experiences, share their techniques, and also to obtain the feedback from the other, creative community. So thank you, Ms. Crystal, for saying that this worked out perfectly. Paige, this was great. As a new resident, I love meeting new artists. So Paige, come down to the Bridge Art Gallery. We're located at 213 North Market Street between 2nd and 3rd in Wilmington, Delaware. We also have a gallery location in Jersey City on Warren Street and right downtown. Additional comments. Q, Ms. Crystal says her granddaughter is in college with you, Janaya Stovall, in nursing. And let's give a little shout out to Janaya. Congratulations on Janaya pursuing a career in the medical field. Additionally, from Paige, love starting my day on such a positive, artful note. Cheryl, thanks for getting this organized. Absolutely. This is Valentine's Day. This is Love Day, and this is a love letter to the power of art. So be sure to follow us at Bridge Art Gallery on Instagram, the Bridge Art Gallery on Facebook, Bridge Art Gallery on YouTube, and also Bridge Art Gallery on School, which is SKOOL. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Sending lots of love from the Bridge Art Gallery family, and we hope you have a fantastic day. Have a very artful day, and the final comments are much love to everyone. Thank you. And yes, it was absolutely fun. So have a fantastic rest of your day and weekend and a very productive next week. Keep it artful. Bye.